Supreme Court has delivered a new twist to the fight over common areas between apartment owners of Gurgaon and private builders. DLF Limited versus Manmohan Law and others, a case that's being fought between India's biggest real estate developer and residents of Gurgaon's oldest apartment complex, Silver Oaks, is making history, rewriting the country's housing laws. The Apex Court in its order dated 10th December 2013 has said, the ownership right over the land earmarked for schools, hospitals, community centers and other community buildings vests on the coloniser. Apartment owners are not entitled to an undivided interest or possession over community and commercial facilities unless specifically provided by the coloniser in the statutory declaration. So far as apartment owners are concerned, they have only a right of user. With this verdict, the Supreme Court has quashed the September 2009 judgment of the Punjab and Haryana High Court, where it had ruled in favour of apartment owners, entitling them to undivided interest in common areas and common facilities. Feeling vindicated in their stand of having a legal right over the community and commercial facilities that they build with apartments, the industry is hailing this verdict.
Well, I think it's a great shot in the arm for transparency, because both the Supreme Court judgment and there has been a parallel judgment in Allahabad High Court also. Both of them are emphasizing the importance of filing a deed of declaration and making it available for the customer to make an informed judgment based on the declaration of common and private areas. So I think going ahead, all the customers are going to insist on knowing for sure which areas are common and which are private.
But on what points has the Supreme Court differed with the High Court's interpretation? The Punjab and Haryana High Court has based its argument only on the Haryana Apartment Ownership Act 1983, while the Supreme Court has read the Apartments Act in conjunction with the Haryana Development and Regulation of Urban Areas Act 1975. Making a clear distinction between common areas and community facilities, the Supreme Court has inferred that under the Apartment Act, a coloniser is duty-bound to provide an undivided interest in common areas and facilities. But under the Development Act, when it comes to community and commercial facilities, ownership of land lies only with the builder unless and until transferred to the government. But the legal side representing apartment owners is questioning the applicability of the Development Act in this case.
Apartment Acts, irrespective of which state has drawn it, has an overriding effect over any Development Act, because group housing is a separate entity altogether, which is why town planners, National Building Code, the governments, successive governments, even countries, smaller countries, respect group housing societies as a separate entity, and separate laws are made for that. So this should have an overriding effect over any other older act.
But the apartment owners who have been leading this fight say the Supreme Court's judgment is incomplete and there is strong scope for a review.
See, the principle of law is that once an earlier bench of 2 judges has ruled in Nahalchand Lalluchand that it is not up to the builder to file whatever declaration suits his convenience, then a later bench cannot overturn that and say that he can file whatever suits his convenience.
Gurgaon's apartment owners under a united federation are now preparing to take this battle to its next round. But clearly, because of this legal tussle, several misinterpretations of the housing laws will be debunked. Vasudha Sharma, NDTV.